Boy, do I suck at vlogging. I'm not trying to say this to sound self-righteous or invite for sympathy. I really mean that. And as evidence, I'm going to leave this video of today, which is going to be at least about 10 minutes in one shot, unedited. But I will throw in some B-roll to make it a bit more interesting. In terms of the speech, it's going to be a vlogging style to talk to you about a few things. Numero uno, a cue for hay fever. 2, some sort of travel vlog for my recent journey abroad. And 3, since this is a tech channel / entrepreneur channel, we're going to throw in some tips about tech and entrepreneurship. Coming up after we roll the intro. Hey name tags and welcome. This is Ash from Heal My Tech, helping you go from newbie to techie. So please again allow me to apologize because I suck at vlogging, and you're gonna find out why. By the way, I want you to put me a score below at my vlogging style, 1 being the least and 10 being the best. Okay, usually when I do a video, I would know at least some bullet points, some paragraphs, rehearsing, and then lots of edit in post. But this is not going to be that case. My family knows very well I don't vlog at all because I suck at it really bad. Also, vloggers tend to be very self-centered and narcissistic, I think. So I tried not to be narcissistic. So even in today's video, I'm going to give you some tips which is going to help you, hopefully, not just help myself. Okay, now let's start. Numero uno, hay fever. Now, for those of you who don't know what hay fever is this allergy to pollen. I unfortunately suffer from hay fever and eczema. Now my eczema is not too bad, it's under control. The usual medication for eczema they give in this country, corticosteroids, which is a really bad thing. Read up on steroids, but there are natural elements you can use to treat the symptoms. But when it comes to hay fever, boy, I have a really terrible extreme case of hay fever, and I'm not again trying to sound sympathetic to myself. I mean that. My family who lives with me, they know what I go through. I have itchy eyes, watery eyes, completely blocked nose, both nostrils, extreme sneezing all day and all night, bad cough, chesty cough. I have dizziness, drowsiness, headache, body ache, temperature, fatigue. All in all, I am completely useless when it comes to summer. I suffer really badly, so much so that I can't even sleep properly because my nostrils is blocked. So if I sleep, my mouth, breathe through my mouth, which completely dries my mouth, so that wakes me up after a few minutes. So I literally stop sleeping in summer, and it's really bad. Now, I live in London, and I believe this to be a problem of this country, and specifically in London, it's worse for most hay fever sufferers. Now, medical relief, not cure. I've tried everything under the sun. And if you know me from before, I've done a vlog about where I used to be a psychiatric nurse and how I stopped that to come into tech. Now, I have tried everything under the NHS treatment, including the prescription-only medication. Nothing really worked. I've tried natural cures, for example, local honey mixed with black seed oil and a bit of lemon. It did help me to relieve some symptoms in one specific year, and then not so much in the next year. I've tried all the other crap, you know, chamomile tea, Vaseline in my nose to prevent the pollen from going in, closing all the windows, you know, a lot of ginger, just a lot of different kind of treatment. Nothing really worked. The closest thing which worked was about 2 years ago. I stumbled across this Chinese medicine. It was the form of tablets, 2 tablets, one kind of an antihistamine, but not really, kind of works on the liver, I think, and the other one, I could be wrong on this, the other one was a natural decongestant. I mean, that really did the trick. One specific year, it helped me a lot. The hay fever was almost completely gone, but then the following year it didn't help as much. And this year, like you may know, the last time I uploaded a video was about 2 months ago. We had Ramadan, so I didn't work much in Ramadan, but I also started feeling unwell. And the month after Ramadan, I was really unwell with the hay fever, and the Chinese medicine did not help much. So I remember one year, about 10 years ago, I went to Mauritius and during summer, and I came back and there was no hay fever that year. And I attributed that to a combination of sun and sea. dip in the sea specifically and the tropical climate. So that theory stuck in my head, and I really wanted to try it this year. So on a spree, I booked a ticket to the cheapest, closest place I could find from UK. I used Skyscanner, and what came up was Naples in Italy. I wasn't too bothered where I was going. Anywhere apart from being in UK would have been good. So I booked the ticket. It was £49 return. Obviously, a little tip for you here, traveling midweek, kind of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, coming back on the same, usually works well. But I was lucky, I actually found a ticket going on a Friday, coming back on a Friday, which is quite rare, and I seized it. It was with Norwegian airline. I don't remember the actual plane, could be EasyJet. Oh, actually it was TUI, Thomson. By the way, this video is not sponsored, but I would put links for the services I've used. Maybe it might help you. So £49, that was hand luggage only though. So I got a boost of a check-in baggage, 20 kilo, for about £38 I think. So that bumped up the cost to £87, give or take. Took a train down to Victoria Station and took a coach. Cost me £9 for the coach. Train ticket was about £3 to Gatwick. Flying from Gatwick is usually cheaper, not from Heathrow. And I landed in Napoli after about 3 hours of plane journey, and the last time I sneezed was on the plane. When I landed there was not a single symptom of hay fever. It was amazing. Amazing. Nothing. I felt normal for the first time in a long time. And for those of you who suffer from hay fever, if you have mild hay fever, good for you. If you have really terrible hay fever like myself, I feel for you. But one thing I would advise you, from all kind of perspective, from your health perspective, from an entrepreneur, student perspective, and from a human being perspective, leave this country, go for a short holiday, and it is well worth it. To have some health for a few days, if you're sick, like it is absolutely the best thing to do. Now, some of you may think, you know what, it will cost me a bit of money to go, and which is true. But I love this quote. I'm going to share this with you. I've learned it recently. If you think health is expensive, try illness. And I love that quote. I try to live by it. That includes things you put in your body, the food. And I'm not saying you should go purely organic. That's not the case. But you should try and limit the processed food that we indulge in constantly, because obviously they're cheap and they're available and they usually offers. Supermarkets don't put offers on apples or bananas, fresh food, not a lot. And it's a big problem. Anyway, I digress. Like I said, I suck at vlogging. Now, I traveled to Napoli, and the lucky thing was for me, I never realized that Napoli was the birthplace of pizza. And oh my god, pizza! Oh, in Napoli. Now, specifically this one place I went to, which is meant to be the best place in Napoli for pizza, is called Pizza di Michele, or l'Antica Pizza di Michele. I'm gonna put some description and some b-roll hopefully. And oh my god, I am done with pizza in London. I am done with your pizza. You don't know how to make pizza, especially my people. We suck at making pizza, right? We've ruined it. That pizza was amazing. I mean, the oven, it's a wood, fuel. And the wood, the first thing I tasted from the pizza was that flavor from the wood, which is charred. That's the first thing. And the dough is so fluffy and so light and it's thin. And the pizzas there are all kind of shapes. It's not round. It's all kind of shapes. It's so funny shape, but who cares? I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And the sauce, fresh tomato, fresh basil, fresh olive oil, I'm guessing, or maybe just good olive oil. And it's out of this world. It varied some places between €4 and €6, but most of the time I got €4. And that place, right? Pizza di Michele, it was about 3 minutes walk from where I was living. They only sell 2 types of pizza, only 2. One is the margherita, the classic one, and the other one is called marinara, which is without cheese, just some garlic and sauce. And I used to have both. Absolutely amazing, which goes to show sometimes, actually maybe not sometimes, all the time, you can't beat nature. You will try to take food from nature and try to improve on that, unless you're obviously cooking, you're merging different flavors, but you can't beat nature. Natural, fresh ingredients make the best food in the world, and also keep it simple. Now, one secret the locals told me was, according to them, the secret is in the water that they use, which is from the, I don't remember the name of the volcano, I will put down in the description below. If that's the case, I'm all for it. Now, I'm not sure whether that helped for my hay fever, but I stopped suffering as soon as I landed, and I didn't even have pizza yet. So I'm guessing it didn't help at the beginning, but maybe it helped in trying to cure it. And I've come back since then. It's been about 5 days now. As soon as I've come back, I have very few symptoms here in this country, right? It's not as bad. I can, you know, feel it knocking on the door, but it's nowhere near as bad as I've been before I went. Now, I know what you might say, just take antihistamines and you'll be good to go. But for me, antihistamines doesn't work, okay? Plus, if I didn't go, it would have avoided me the opportunity to travel on a spree and to meet new people, which, by the way, the place I stayed at is called Napoli La Perla. Really good people. It was a young chap, 24-year-old, his name is Carmen, and his brother Raffaele. They received me, and I did not know, but I was their first client, and they are young entrepreneurs, fresh from school, did a course in B&B, and I was their first client. So they treated me so well. Again, this is not sponsored, but I want to do a bit of a review on their B&B. Also show you some of the footage of the local place, the pizza, the pasta, and debunking some things about coffee which I've learned. And Italian coffee is a bit of a conundrum, it's a bit of a misnomer, it's a bit of an oxymoron, because Italians don't produce coffee. They roast it, but there's a whole culture about it. And like, you know, I'm a really big fan of coffee, kind of an addiction, and I'm going to share all this with you in upcoming vlogs. But since you guys been asking me, this is a tech channel and entrepreneur channel, I'm going to tell you that what I've learned was that I was carrying the wrong gear for a travel vlog. And in fact, I'll tell you now a question often asked: what camera have I been using? Because I did a video called the Canon 1300D. It was not suitable for YouTube, and I mean that. So this is what I've been using since, and this is the Canon 650D. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to zoom that in. It's also called the Canon Rebel T4i, I believe, in America. That has the 4 things which is missing from my previous camera, which was the 1300D. So the first thing that it has is a flip screen, which is absolutely essential for vloggers. Second thing it has is an input for microphone, right? The third thing it has is it does autofocus during video. And the fourth thing, it shoots a lot longer than 12 minutes. In fact, it does 30 minutes continuous, but it breaks the files after every 4 GB, I believe. Which is not a major problem, but at least it's been really helpful. And also I bought this used, £200 with the kit lens. And I bought a second one, which I'm filming from, the exact 650D. And I'm going to give you a full review of why I think you should buy this camera or something similar, and rather you should not try to buy a new camera if you're starting out on YouTube or any kind of new vlogging style stuff. But the point to take from this type of camera, I was totally unprepared because I went on a spree, is not suitable for travel vlog, at least not by yourself. I wish I had brought someone with me to try and film you know, some of the things I was experiencing with, or experimenting rather. This is not ideal, so I'm gonna have to find myself a different type of camera for travel vlog and better equipment. The other thing I also learned was that I need a laptop. And I know it sounds a bit silly because I did a video called Never Buy a Laptop, in which I got a lot of views for, but I also got a lot of criticism for, and for some reason people from that video forgot to point out that I actually said for some people who are mobile, like travelers, like professionals, they do need a laptop. I don't have a laptop for the reasons I've mentioned. Go and check out the video, but I think I'm gonna need one the next time I go traveling and try to bring back some vlogging, because at night time it's quite handy to try and edit the videos. Anyway guys, I want to end this here today, and I want to apologize if this was a rambling session. I just wanted to share something I've learned recently and also give you an update. I haven't done a video in the last 2 months, but I'm hoping to change this. By the way, I got a phone call from YouTube, someone at YouTube today, through an email, kind of a review of the channel and where to go forward, and they're also going to call me again tomorrow with a different manager. I am quite happy with this because I can get some insight, and one thing which I am guilty of is I'm not uploading very regularly for the reasons I mentioned, which is Ramadan and health, but also time management, and I want to change this. Also, I don't want this to be just me. I want to share things that benefit you as an audience. I did mention before, when I reach 10,000 subscribers, I want to kind of diversify stuff. So travel vlog, maybe it's one of them. Cooking, maybe, I'm not sure, but we'll do this together. But regardless what I do, I'm always going to try to do something about tech. Okay, I will keep this channel mainly for tech, and I'm quite excited to share what I've learned to you in terms of content creation with all the stuff. And one last tip for you today: the camera is not as important as you think when it comes to vlogging or content creating. For video, it's not the camera, it's actually the microphone, which is far more important, then the lighting, then the camera, which is why I'm going to do a video called Never Buy a Brand New Camera, and I'll give you all the reasons, and I'm going to show you how to use this, because this is also quite overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing. But I'm not a professional, but I'm pretty sure I can share a lot of things I've learned over the years. Okay, right, this is the end of today's video. I really want to apologize once more if I vlogged you to boredom. I'm not good at this stuff, and hopefully I will include B-roll. And give me a comment below. Don't forget to tell me how badly I sucked at this first attempt to vlog without a script. 1 to 10, 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. And also consider subscribing to the video, leave me a comment, leave me a question, and I'm going to try to answer some of your questions in future Q&A sessions. And that's it. Hopefully I shall see you in the next one. This was Ash from Me and My Tech, helping you go from newbie to techie. Until next time, peace out.